Hey everybody, welcome back to Edina Vlog. I'm your host Josh Sprague with Edina Realty in Edina, Minnesota. Got a great show for you today. We're here at Todd Park, going to do a neighborhood tour, market news, and Facebook question of the week, and have a great business interview with Dr. Jess Prischmann, the first female plastic surgeon in the state of Minnesota. Come on! Now, our neighborhood tour this week is of Todd Park, which is a great little pocket neighborhood located just north of Interlaken and west of Brookside Avenue in the railroad tracks. Todd Park is a very diverse neighborhood. You've got about 200 or so single-family homes, ramblers, splits, a lot of those styles of homes. Then you also have about 200 condo units at Brookside Court. There's 4 buildings located on Minnehaha Creek and overlooking the wetlands. Absolutely wonderful setting. So you can choose your pick in terms of housing style. Now, the average single-family home price here is about $400. For the condo units, about $100 to $115,000. So very affordable. Both of those housing unit sections center on Todd Park, which is a wonderful park. You've got ball fields, you've got a play structure, you have lots of green space, and you also have tennis courts. So it's a great place to relax and enjoy with family and friends. Facebook question of the week is, what is your favorite store for back-to-school supplies? And of course, this is relevant as we head into the fall. Not surprisingly, the most popular response was Target. There you can get everything. You can get the backpacks, the pencils, and so on. You can get the Lunchables, you can even get the lunchbox, and you can get the clothes. So thank you so much for participating in this Facebook question of the week. And remember to like me on Facebook at facebook.com/Josh1Sprague. Oh! So, the market news. Are we at a slam dunk for prices? And the answer is not quite yet, probably more of a free throw. This year, year to date through July, prices have remained stable since last year in the Edina housing market. Median price is actually down slightly at 1%, but it's been up and down throughout the year, and I expect it to come out maybe even or 1 point out by the end of the year. That's because closed sales are up 30%, inventory is about the same or less, and when you have that relationship between supply and demand, that's going to give some stability to the housing prices. That's what we're looking for coming out of such a deep housing recession as the one we found ourselves in just a few years ago. Now, in the Twin Cities housing market, median price is actually up a little bit more, but remember, they've sold off a lot of those foreclosures and distressed sales that we didn't have so much in Edina. I think we had 17% of our overall market was distressed sales. In the Twin Cities, over half were distressed sales. So those obviously drag down prices, and as those get sold off, we expect median price to be rising as it is. That's a good sign for the macro market. Now let's talk about the $1 million home market in Edina. Last year, year to date, we had about $30 million home sales. 1.6 million was the average sale price, and a third of those were in the northeast quadrant. This year, 36 sales year to date, average price 1.5 million, and just about two-thirds in the northeast quadrant, South Harriet Park, Gulf Terrace Heights, and so on. And again, I've talked about this before in the shows, but that area is on fire. We've got new construction and teardown activity going on there because people want to be close to 50th and France, the Creek, and all the great walking neighborhoods there. So again, stabilization is the theme for this year, and we hope that to continue. We're one of the most stable markets in the Twin Cities, and that's a positive thing. Dr. Jess.
Hi.
Good to see you.
You too.
Thank you so much for being on Edina Vlog. This is Dr. Jess Prischmann with Prischmann Facial Plastic Surgery. We met actually through a chamber event, and I was so excited about her business that I wanted to make her our Spotlight Business of the Month. So let's have a seat and learn more about your business.
All right, sounds good.
Before I get started on your background, I just want to say I admire this first-class facility, and I'm sure your customers appreciate it. You did a great job of the build-up there. So tell me a little bit about how you got started in this business, and about your medical school background, because you have some really impressive accolades that I think that the consumer should know about.
Thank you, and thanks so much for featuring me. It's really great. So I'm from Louisiana. I started medical school when I was 19.
Wow.
Yeah, and also when I was in medical school, I was a television reporter for the NBC affiliate.
Okay.
I graduated from medical school at the top of my class. I was also inducted into the Honor Society. I was selected by the Mayo Clinic to do my residency in head and neck surgery, so that was 5 years.
That's how you got here and met your husband.
I know,
and settled
love
here.
Minnesota.
Okay.
Yep. By the time I finished, I got into probably one of the most competitive cosmetic surgery fellowships, facial plastic surgery fellowships in the country. I was only the second woman to ever get into that fellowship.
Wow,
Yep.
what an honor.
Completed the fellowship and sat for my boards, got the highest score in the country, and
Wow.
I'm only the fourth woman to ever do that in 25 years. So
Awesome.
after I finished up, we could have pretty much gone anywhere, but we love Edina, we love Minnesota, and decided to start up our practice here.
And by settling here, you became the first female plastic surgeon in Minnesota, is that correct?
I'm the first female facial plastic surgeon in
Okay,
Minnesota. So
okay.
facial plastic surgery is a totally different specialty than body or plastic surgery in general. So I trained in head and neck surgery and then did facial plastics. I pretty much exclusively do everything from the collarbone up.
Okay, great. So let's get into that. Why don't we take a little tour of the facility and show us all the different services that are available here.
I would love to show you around.
Awesome. So we're here in the procedure room, and this is where all the wonderful transformations begin. Now, do you do surgery in this place?
No, I do my big operations like facelifts, eyelid lifts, rhinoplasty in either Fairview Southdale or Centennial Lake Surgery Center.
Okay, so this is for the non-invasive procedures.
Non-invasive or minimally invasive or things that I can do under local anesthesia.
Okay, and what I like about your approach is you take a holistic one where there's a variety of solutions, not just one silver bullet. Just talk about that a little bit.
Exactly. So I offer everything from laser resurfacing to chemical peels to injectables, fillers, and all the surgical stuff too. So there's not generally just one approach that's right for everybody. You really have to tailor an approach for every patient you see.
Based on the problem. So it might be a little bit of surgery, a little bit of Botox, a little bit of injectables.
You're absolutely right.
Okay, and tell me the difference between Botox and injectables. I see we have some injectables here.
So Botox is an actual pharmaceutical drug that's a wrinkle relaxer. It relaxes the muscles. So it's primarily used for the lines in your forehead,
Okay.
these lines here, and these lines, the crow's feet.
Okay.
Fillers are plumping agents. They basically fill, for the most part, fill areas of the face. And so the most important thing is that you go to somebody that knows how to naturally fill, because you don't want to end up looking plumpy, and you don't want to fill every shadow on the face, because the only shape without a shadow is a basketball, and
Right.
you don't want to look like that. So
Well, you know, I find it funny, they call it plastic surgery, but the goal is not to look plastic, it's
No.
to look natural.
exactly.
Same thing with Botox. I hear a lot, I mean, you look at the shows on television, they have no expressions.
Yeah.
But you've talked about a different approach
Right.
to that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So there's certain muscles that you can Botox completely and it's fine, like the frowny muscles. If you can't frown, no big deal. But if you over Botox the forehead, then you lose your expression of surprise and happiness. So it would be like this. Josh, I'm so happy for you.
That's like
I'm
the
so
Housewives on
Can't
television.
you tell how happy I am
The
for you?
Real Housewives
Well,
of
that's
Orange
not natural.
County.
Yeah.
All right, so and then what else? Tell me, let's talk a little bit about the esthetician things that happen here.
Yeah, okay, so skincare is the easiest way to look 10 years younger or 5 years younger. So good skincare is so important. I've got an esthetician. We do everything from chemical peels to microdermabrasion to facials and everything in between.
Okay. And then last but not least, the surgical procedures. Tell
Yeah.
me the things that you've been working on
Right.
these
Well,
days.
there's the cosmetic side of things that I do, facelift, eyelid lift, rhinoplasty, brow lift, and then there's the reconstructive side of what I do. So ear pinning surgery, repair after skin cancer, repair after trauma, all of those things. So everything cosmetic and reconstructive pretty much on the face.
So we're here in the aesthetics room, and this is where the skincare treatment side of the business happens. And who do you have here?
This is Jillian Anderson. She's my esthetician. She is fantastic. A couple of things I want to mention. We have 2 exclusive skincare lines that you can't get anywhere else in Minneapolis, St. Paul,
Okay.
including one that's just got voted the best anti-aging skincare line. So we're really excited about that. Jillian is a master of all things related to the skin. So we've got a very special treatment plan for you.
Ooh, I'm gonna be tested here today. Okay, good. So while I'm lying back here, Jillian, tell me about the different treatments you can get.
Yeah, well, the treatments we do here are facials, microdermabrasions, dermaplaning, chemical peels, laser hair removal, all kinds of different treatments, facial waxing.
And tell me about a few of those I haven't heard: microabrasion and dermaplaning.
Sure, microdermabrasion is a mechanical exfoliation for the skin. I use a diamond tipped wand and I go over the entire surface of the face, usually 2 to 3 passes over the entire surface. It abrades and lifts up dead skin cells that accumulate on the surface of our skin, and it leaves our skin, takes away that dull look, leaves it feeling much more supple, soft, glowing, refreshed.
Okay.
Correct, yep. And then dermaplaning is when I use a small surgical blade on a handle and we gently exfoliate the skin, again taking up that very, very top layer of dead skin, and it also lifts up those little baby vellus hairs, those really soft, fine ones that we find on the face as well.
So these treatments would be something you get more on a regular basis to maintain and improve skin quality. And then what does a person do in between? She talked about the skincare. What do you usually recommend?
That's right. We like to get our patients on a good skincare regimen at home, because if you're coming in to see a professional, you want to do the work as well at home with good quality products, with quality ingredients that are going to give you your best skin health possible.
Well, that's great. Well, let's have a go at this.
Great.
Well, thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you.
I love the tour of the facility. And do you have anything else to say to the viewers before we leave?
Well, I want to thank you so much for coming here and seeing our space. You know, we love our patients. We love taking care of people. We have a very natural eye, and we really do feel like we want our patients and our clients to feel and look their best. So if your viewers want to come in, we'd love to have them.
Come check out the state-of-the-art facility here at Prischmann Facial Plastic Surgery. I want to thank you so much for joining me again. Before I leave, take a look at this graphic. This is edinavlog.com. It's a website where you can find all 22 videos from this production, look at all the market news, the Facebook questions of the week, the neighborhood tours, and of course the interviews with the businesses. Thanks again to Jess Prischmann of Minnesota Facial Plastic Surgery for joining us today as our Spotlight Business, and I hope to see you here next time on Edina Vlog.